going on, guys? This is Trajan. I got my hands on Star Wars number 51 after number 50, which I actually really enjoyed the story. I decided to pick up number 51. I think I might. I think I'm gonna add this to the list. Star Wars is this is the main series from Marvel, not the fucking miniseries. It's pretty good, actually. It's quite good. The art is killing me though. They need to figure something out about this art. This art is so bad. The only things that are good are like the ships are drawn really nicely, but I think that's because there's just models that they use, so of course the ships are going to look good. The faces are horrible, and it's even worse when you're talking about the main characters' faces. So the big elephant in the room is that Disney has a contract with Marvel. They own Marvel, but in the contract for the Star Wars rights, they said to Marvel that you need to draw them similar to their likeness. If you remember the old Dark Horse and the old Marvel Star Wars, Luke Skywalker would not look like Luke Skywalker. Like, you would have no idea what the fuck he looked like. You would know him just by... You basically told everybody apart by their clothes. Han Solo did not look like Harrison Ford. In this, they do, which I guess is cool, because I remember when I was younger, I used to have an issue with, like, oh, he doesn't even look like him. But you see that it severely limits them to the point where they're always kind of obstructing the main characters' faces, showing the backs of their heads, and it sucks. And there's a clear difference between original characters, who are... Sometimes they suck, but sometimes they look fine. And main characters who they're constantly trying to disguise the fact that they're trying to draw their face as little as humanly possible. And when they do draw their faces, it looks really fucking bad. So, but anyway, so this continues last time on Star Wars. Darth Vader basically had a traitor inside the Rebel fleet, and he showed up with his entire naval fleet, and they're going to kill everybody. So, yeah. So it starts off with the Queen, what's her name? Queen Trion or Showrun? No, the Showrun Empire. I think her name's Trion. She's trying to escape because she's just basically heel turned on the rebels, shut down all their communications, shut down all their hyperdrives, and left them sitting ducks for the Empire. So Leia forms a boarding party. You see, it doesn't look bad from here. This profile's fine. But then trust me, you'll see when you see Leia, you'll see like. Even that one's not too bad. But like everybody looks like this. Everybody looks stiff. That's the one big thing. Everybody looks posed. Everybody looks stiff. I don't know if that's because this art is like purely digital or just because it's kind of a limitation. Like this looks traced. I don't know if it's a limitation that the fact that they need to use their likenesses, which kind of sucks. Anyway, the queen escapes, and everybody's like, "Oh, we're gonna die." And this face in particular, I thought was horrible. If you can see that. So. Han Solo shows up, as always, in the Millennium Falcon. And basically, he needs to fly his Millennium Falcon into the Rebel ships, into their doors. Because apparently the proximity alarms still work, and the doors will automatically open if something's flying into the ship. So he needs to go and fly as close to the Rebel ships as possible. But of course, you have all these Imperial fighters everywhere. So he's got to kind of like go around them, too. So he does that. But... And this was the cool part, because anything involving Darth Vader is fucking awesome. So this book, obviously, Darth Vader is heavily in in this issue, because he needs to be, because he's the only cool character left. He's the only character who's allowed to be cool in X-Men. He's kind of like, I guess Wolverine. Wolverine's allowed to be cool in X-Men. But yeah, so so they're talking about the Millennium Falcon. Vader sees the ship and just walks out, and of course you're like, "Oh no!" Now this is what I thought was a mistake. This is not really a spoiler, but it's the cliffhanger. So if you don't want to see what the cliffhanger is, but you can kind of guess it. Darth Vader's in his ship targeting Han Solo. Now what they should have done, I thought this was a mistake, because I think what they should have done is they should have shown, because Darth Vader's TIE fighter, his TIE Advanced, is very. It's symbolic at this point, you know. It's easy to pick out. Everybody knows what it looks like, so they should have shown it in a splash page, and then you had this page, and then you ended here. Because in the end, this is the end of the page. The next page is just the next issue's cover, which looks alright. But yeah. So anyway, but I like that the story's cool. You know, the rebels need to escape. A lot of action. A lot of there was a lot of tension. Is this Cullen Bunn? Oh no, it's Kieran Gillen. He's doing fine. Ooh, I thought it was Cullen Bunn. I got scared for a second. He's doing good. I like this series. I like Star Wars. I like Star Wars a lot. This kind of reminds me of the old movies, honestly. So it's cool. There's no nonsense in it, or at least there wasn't any nonsense in it. The black guy kind of sacrifices himself, but I mean, you know, that's normal. It wasn't a big deal. So stuff like that I like. And this book's cool. It's just if you can get over the art, I would say pick it up. If you can't, I don't know what to tell you. The art's grating. I'm not gonna lie. Anyway, let me know what you guys think. Like, share, and subscribe. You can follow me at Trajan Channel on Twitter. I will catch you guys later. Rated T for teen.